Hey everyone, today I'm going to bring you on a tour of my Minecraft city. I've been working on a single Minecraft build for almost a decade now, and at the request of my friends and family, I've decided to start a collection of videos documenting it. Today we're heading to Luthers Cove, a quaint New England fishing village across the harbor from the city. Luthers Cove takes much of its inspiration from Rockport in Gloucester, Massachusetts, and Peaks Island, Maine. Alright, let's take off. So we're starting from a gas station just outside of Luthers Cove. I'm going to go across the causeway here into the village, Luthers Cove Village. I'm going to drive around to the front here and just kind of give a little drive through. This area is very compact, probably one of the most dense parts of the city, even though, well, I guess not the city, but one of the most dense parts of this build. That's okay, I'll just put it right here. So to start out, we're going to go out to Water Street. I'm going to start here with a little bulletin board, just some kind of generic stuff. So the first thing we're going to see is the corner pub. A lot of the buildings in Luthers Cove are kind of older construction by me. There's not a lot of the back end to these places. Like, this is pretty much just the bar area. There are varying levels of realism throughout the city. I'm working on kind of updating some stuff so that it all kind of is to my current standard, but this is kind of an example of things that are kind of from the older time. So we're going to go down onto the main street here, which is just Main Street. We're going to get to Newtown and Luthers Cove Historical Society, kind of a joint area. Not much to it, just a little office, a little map. I don't know how up to date that is. It's not quite up to date. There's some things missing on that map that are here now. The main drag, again, very, very compact, but with the town hall there at the end. We have a little gem store, very, very typical of a little touristy town like this in Maine. In case I haven't mentioned before, or you haven't seen before, this whole city is to be set in Maine, even though it is larger than anything that is there now. Luthers Cove gifts, again, there's not much to look at in here. I don't know if there's anything in this chest. No, just kind of a gift shop. Not much to it. This might go upstairs. Yeah. Probably also not much up here, just some storage, roof access. Then we've got, I think this is like a convenience store, like a grocery store. Again, I didn't put much in these yet. This is the first town actually that I decided to build outside the city when I kind of decided I wanted like a metro area. Yeah, we got a bank over here, Seacoast Bank. Pretty straightforward. There's like a teller area. Looks like there's a vault back here. Not very exciting, but gets the job done. And then we can go to the town hall here, Luthers Cove Town Hall. We've got a town clerk office, a couple of other offices. We can go upstairs, which I think is, again, just a couple of small offices, or even just one office. Okay. Then down into the basement, I think is like the parking division, auto registration, and building permits. Here's the parking division. It does go out to a back street there. I'm going to keep kind of on one route here. So we go this way. I think this is what street is this? Derby Street. So that's definitely taken out of Salem, Massachusetts. Kind of a watch clock store. It's not much to it. You can see it from there. Here is the Luthers Cove Public Library. I think this is a pretty cool building. Inside is pretty straightforward. You got rows and rows of books. Little clerk there, a reading area. There is an attic. I don't think there's much exciting up here. Just some more books. go down this front street here. I believe this is Water Street. So this is a little fishing shack down here. It doesn't really have anything inside it. It's pretty much just here for the aesthetic of... from here, it's very loosely based off motif number 1, which is a fishing shack in Rockport, Massachusetts. And over here on this street, we just have a whole bunch of these little beach houses, numbered 19. Yeah, with this like waterfront area that you can go and kind of look out over the cove here. And up to the upper floor, which is a loft here. It's a pretty open concept. Yeah, like I said, there are some varying degrees of realism with some of these houses and buildings in general. And this is one of the older neighborhoods, so there's not a lot of interiors to these ones. This is all one big room. This one's got a little bit. We got a little enclosed porch here. View out over the harbor. There's this little bait and tackle shop that I like. This one's got a little bit of an interior here. Just kind of, we got some fish in a tank, an open tank. I think this just goes back outside. Yeah, like I said, not a lot of back end in this town, but as you've seen some of the other places, they're definitely, my build style has definitely grown. This is a very old area. We get over here to the end of Main Street, which kind of has this little walkway area, a little pedestrian area here. And if we go out to the end here, this is, I believe, Beacon Street. Yeah. You get a few more houses. And you have this, which is an old building facade, an old police station building facade, which I got the idea from a building in Providence, Rhode Island, actually. Which the building facade is here, but the building is no longer, and now it's just a parking lot that is kind of public parking. You can walk up through here, up to Derby Street, and be back downtown. Another house here. If you go over here, this is Church Street, I believe. Church Road. We've got a cemetery. The top of the hill here, overlooking the river in the back, and then the church, which this is very directly, almost carbon copy, based off of Brackett Church on Peaks Island, area I grew up in, and I know this church very well. Pretty straightforward as a church. If you go down the end of this street, you'll find one lone trailer sitting by itself in the woods here. Pickup truck. A little bit of an interior. Not much is going to be able to fit into a trailer of this scale. I built most of my my build to be scale to the character. So as in 2 block high, everything to that scale. So it does limit some of my building style in terms of what I can put in places when, you know, all the walls have to be 2 feet thick. So skipping down here, we've got the Luthers Cove Central Fire Station and Police Department. Again, these cars, you're not going to see a whole lot of my built-in cars like this. There used to be a whole lot, but it's very blocky and plain. I'm in the process of getting rid of most of these cars and replacing them with some add-in mod cars if I can find a good mod, because currently this car mod is the only one that I have, and I don't really like that one either. But police department here, this one's a little bit better. You got a kind of a central check-in desk, some cubicles, Down here we have a couple of holding cells. Pretty straightforward. And then through this door is the fire department. Again, this comes from some of my own personal experience with small town Maine areas where this would all kind of be one place. And I've never been inside a fire station. I know this is very, very bare bones. But you come out here to the garage and you get a fire truck. And then just kind of the fire garage here. If we take off down Beacon Street, down the end, you're going to get these buildings up here, which are a couple of other fishing shacks. There's not really much of an interior. They're boarded up, not meant to go inside. But they're based off of the old paint factory buildings in Gloucester, Massachusetts, which you probably have seen in some point in your life. But down the end of the peninsula here, we got a little public parking area and a very small little kind of bug lighthouse. It's a good place to look over the cove here, see the little fishing village. But then if you come out to the end of this pier here, you can also look across the bridge here and see the city right across. Kind of a nice little scenic lookout. Oh, can't start the car apparently. I do think that's kind of amusing about this mod is that the car does have you have to hold the ignition down until the car starts, so you can actually stall it, which is so funny for something so simple like this. If we come down this way, and we turn down, I believe, River Road. I'm going to kind of leave the village and head towards the other part of this town. Got another big public parking lot here, which I'm going to stick the car in. All right. We've now arrived in kind of a secondary village of Luthers Cove called Mahone Corner. The centerpiece of is this here. This is Doyles Pub, kind of a big brew pub and restaurant. Kind of central hangout area. Lots of seating. Big bar, big windows that look out. Picture this place would have a lot of atmosphere. Then you can go around back here for actually the parking for the pub. If you were to go up here, then you get kind of probably the owner's house. So you got a big kitchen here, dining room area, living room, fireplace, and upstairs you got a couple of bedrooms. Great. Coming out here, back down the stairs. If you walk into the square here, and you've got right here, you've got Mahone Corner Community Center. So this is based kind of loosely off of a couple of places, visually from the outside, a little bit based off of the 5th Maine Regiment on Peaks Island. But this is just a community center, kind of Grange Hall area. Got a little stage. Not very big, doesn't need to be. Yeah. And right next to that, we've got the Ferry Terminal, the Laurendale Island Ferry Lines. It's one of the bigger footprint things in Luthers Cove. So you've got your car ferry queues here. Drop-off area here with a little awning. If you were to go in here, so here's our terminal. So you go here, you can get your tickets and wait for the ferry here. You can look across as a bridge into the city. And if you look over there, you can actually see the central ferry terminal with a couple of ferries right there at it. So that's the in-town Laurendale Central Ferry Terminal. And if you were to go across here, so again, this is back out to the parking lot, and this is to the passenger ferries. So you got a little bit outside seating area, You can walk down the pier. You got a little personal wharf there. And another great view out of the city. Some more outside seating. And then the passenger ferry dock. This is where the passenger ferries would pull up and you jump on. This is very, very directly based off of the Peaks Island Ferry Terminal landing. The biggest difference being there is no actual terminal. And if you come over here, you'd see the car ferry dock. So this is where the car ferry would pull up and you'd drive on from there, put your car on the boat. If you come around this corner, we've got a parking garage with a pig down here. Pretty straightforward. Again, this is kind of old construction, so I have a little bit better knowledge. There's a whole lot of pigs over here. I have a little bit better knowledge now on how a parking garage is set up, but for what it is, this works. And this is the exit back from the terminal. Back out here to Pond Street now. So we've got Doyles Pub right here, and then we've got a little local newspaper written here. There's not much to look at in here. It's just kind of an office. It's got a little apartment upstairs. We've got a motel here, just a little small town motel. Got a front office and the owner's living quarters back here. Very retro, I guess you could call it. But I think that's what most of the rooms look like. Yep. Pretty similar throughout. And moving on past Mahone Corner. You can see the church steeple of Chatham, the next town over the hill over there. And we've come now to Kelly Pond, which is a big lake over here. Just a little fishing shack there. There's a trader right in the way here. We've got Kelly Pond Autos. It's just a little sort of independent auto dealer and mechanic. You've got a house here that is actually based off of one of my buddy's apartments. I'll go around you guys, I guess. If you come down here, we've got Kelly Pond State Park, 46 Pond Road. I don't know why I'm reading off the addresses, but I think it's kind of amusing. I put them all on here, so I figured people should know them. But this is just the state park area, so you can climb that cliff, and there are some footpaths up there through the mountains. They actually are more accessible from Chatham on the other side of the hill, but you can get up there. We've got a boat launch into the pond here. So here's Kelly Pond. If you look across over there, you can see a lodge. That is actually the main lodge for a camp up there. Oh yeah, and there's some of the camp cabins. And a big kind of mountaintop mansion up there, modern house. But we've got this boat launch, or you can come over to this side, and there's a boat launch that goes out into the harbor, which looks like I've actually abandoned a vehicle out there, so that's it's amusing. We come over here, we've got changing rooms, so just like a little bathhouse. That's all it is, just a little changing room. You won't find a lot of bathrooms in this build, just because they end up either taking up too much space to actually fit what you need to fit in them, or they just or I can't fit the amenities needed inside them, so I just kind of cut them out. You don't see a lot of them. There's a few, but you don't see a lot. Up here is just kind of a nice little Easter egg that I've put in, just this old World War II lookout tower. It's very based off of some more towers that are on Peaks Island. You can climb all the way to the top and get a good view out. There's another one right there on, which I believe is called Outlook Island. Look out at the city. There's the ferry terminal for Luthers Cove. And out this way you can get a better view of over the hill at Chatham Center. Just that church, and you can see a gas station sign. But I think that's it. I think that's pretty much the extent of Luthers Cove. This is one of the 5 surrounding smaller towns around the cities of Laurendale and New Flagstaff that I've been working on for the larger part of a decade. So there'll be many more of these to come. I'm going to go through this area town by town, and when it gets to the cities, neighborhood by neighborhood, because there's a whole lot to see. So I hope you enjoyed it, and stick around for the next one.